Stepping past the boulders of sandstone and granite sourced from the beaches nearby that frame the doorway of this old log building is like walking over the threshold into a time long since past.
The Surf Lodge started actually as the Anderson Lodge, and that was somewhere in the late 20s. 1929 is a number that keeps reoccurring.
The original lodge consisted of 2 rooms built near the end of Berry Point Road on Gabriola Island, overlooking the Strait of Georgia.
The lodge was always a vacation spot. Many of the people came from North and West Vancouver, according to the history and the photographs we've been able to find.
Ruth and Norm Nash bought the Anderson Lodge in 1949 and gave it a new name, the Surf Lodge, and made some changes.
When the Nashes took over, they turned it more into a family lodge, the way that they do it in the Adirondacks in the States. It was an American plan. The whole family would come, the grandparents, the kids, the aunts, the uncles. They would come for the summer or for a month or 2 weeks. There was a large swimming pool, saltwater pool in the front yard, and they would just have family events.
Torito-eaten logs scavenged from the beach and large timbers cut from the land frame the Great Hall, one of the original buildings of the lodge.
This building right here was built by the Nashes, and it was the pub for them at the time. They called it the lounge, a cocktail lounge. And the large building was where all the kids would hang out in the evening. So they would put their plays on in there while the parents were down here having cocktails. All the stone in the lodge was also from the beach, with which Ruth apparently brought up herself in a truck and physically built it. Not Norm, but Ruth, which I think is very cool.
Ruth's handiwork also included artistic decor fashioned from nature.
She picked up seashells and flotsam and jetsam, I think that's how you say it, from the ocean, and built collages where she had in some cases there were windows into rooms, in other cases coffee tables.
Guests would ascend a narrow staircase to one of the original 4 modestly sized rooms. The 2 best suites each had a balcony to take in the ocean view.
This would have been the premier suite?
Yes.
There are only 3 of the original cabins left on the property.
Originally there would have been 9 cabins originally, but the property's been subdivided and sold off, and like I said, a couple cabins were raised. Everybody who's owned the lodge has put their own mark on it.
The lodge has new owners once again, people with a dream to make it a family place and a community place once again.
People love the railing. It's old and rusted, but it's part of what the lodge is. So the railing stays.
Well, we can't do much. It's log and stone, so the bones must stay the same. What we're trying to do is enhance the elements that we would call funky and make those enjoyable to our guests. It's a lot of fun. I can't believe I get up in the morning and want to come here and work all day long until late at night. It's fun to be part of something that's bringing a piece of island history back to life.
Much of the history of the Surf Lodge is in the memories of the families who have come here over the decades. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Annette Lucas.